Hey, what's going on? It's Court from Cody Media. In this video, I want to share with you how you can figure out a plan to make however much money you want to make in your agency so you know exactly what you have to do to get to that number, all right? Sometimes I know it can feel like, oh my gosh, I want to get to $10,000 a month, but I'll never get there. There's no way I can get there. I'm here to show you an exact blueprint to know exactly what you need to do to get to whatever number you want. So, when I talk to people, a big number that I hear is $10,000 a month, all right? And I understand that. That's a good goal of I want $10,000 income a month, and that's $120,000 a year. That's a six-figure agency. That is fantastic, all right? So that's a great goal. So let's figure it out. What our process is the dating process with an Eats page is, I encourage you to go out and do 10 interviews, all right? And 10 features. All right, and that's where you're going to a restaurant and you're talking to them and you're doing that Eats interview on your Eats page, all right? Then from there, you're gonna need to pitch people, all right? And in our program, we talk about how to get to that pitch meeting, how to ask for it and everything. So let's say you go on 5 pitches, and this is like a marriage proposal, all right? So this is where you're going in and sitting down with the owner and you're pitching your services to them, right? So from that, let's say you have every 5 pitches you do, you close 2 clients, you get 2 clients out of that, and they are paying you, let's say $500 a month, okay? $500 a month, okay? So that is what, if my math is right, yep, that is $1,000 a month that you're making, all right? And so you can then reverse engineer to say, okay, I know I did 10 features, I did 5 pitches, and that got me 2 clients, and that got me $1,000. So what's it gonna take for me to get to 10,000? Now, remember, don't get overwhelmed and think, oh my gosh, I've got to go out and do, all these interviews in 1 month. That's not how it works. It's gonna compound on itself month after month after month. As you go and as you do it, these percentages are gonna get better. But let's break it down what you would need to do to get to 10,000. So we did 10 features, so let's 10 times that, and let's say we need to do 100 features on our page. So this is 100 restaurants that we're going in and featuring, and from that, let's say, same percentage, you did 50 pitch meetings. Now this is spread out over the course of a year. This is not all at once. This is over the course of a year or even many years. It may take you 18 months to get there, all right? And that's okay. Then from that, let's say you bring on 20 clients, all right? And from that, they're paying you $500 a month. And if my math is right, that is $10K a month. So now you have a blueprint of what it will take for you to get there. Doing 10 features a month, so that's about 2.5 a week or so, about 1 pitch a week. So how can you improve it and maybe get there faster? Because you're saying, Court, I want to get there faster. Well, you can improve some of these numbers. So for example, in our coaching program, we talk about how to find your ideal clients that have money, because you could waste, and I have wasted a lot of time on doing features on restaurants that are not good clients for me, that are not good fits, and that I'm not going to pitch. So if you can weed people out and find your ideal clients here, that may raise how many you want to pitch, because when you go on these dates, some of these you're not going to want to pitch. Some of them you may just not get a good vibe from them that they want to talk to you again, and that's okay. So let's say that you improve this to where you're doing, instead of 5 pitches a month, you're doing 7. All right, and so now instead of bringing on 2 clients, let's say you bring on 4. And so all of a sudden, that number goes to 2,000. Okay? Do you see how you can improve these numbers and get even better results faster? All right? And then that just improves this side as well. All right? Now, let's say you get better at closing. And I talk to people about this all the time. We have somebody in our program that one of their first pitches ever that they were going to go on, they weren't going to do it because they were like, well, I don't know. I didn't get very good results for them in the giveaway, which is another thing we talk about in the program. I didn't get great results. I don't think I want to pitch them. She went and pitched, and she brought him on as a client. But what we told her was, hey, Whether or not you get them as a client, it's practice. It's you getting out there and practicing pitching. You're not gonna get better at closing and if you're just sitting on the sideline. I remember when I was in college and they did a job fair. I was in education to be a teacher, and school districts from all over the state came into K-State where I went to school, and in one day we could just go around to interview. And I got a really good piece of advice from someone that said, when you're starting on that job fair day, you want to interview early on with some of the districts, some of the schools that you don't really want to go. Why? Because you're practicing, you're finding out the questions that they're gonna ask, all right? And you're kind of getting warmed up. Same thing with pitching. Go out there, it's practice, and you're gonna see some of the objections they have, all right? And your first few pitches, you're not gonna know how to address those objections. That's okay, because you're gonna learn from it and you're gonna get better at it. So what you can do is you can improve this close rate. So even if you improve this close rate by just a little bit, and now you're closing 5 a month, now that's $2,500 a month. My chicken scratch, it's hard to read. So you can see how you can improve these steps along the way, and you can reverse engineer however much you wanna make. I find that these numbers can stay pretty consistent. They're not gonna go down. You can only improve them over time. We're all getting better. I'm still improving at this too. It's still a learning process for me. I know I have room to improve. So do you, and that's okay because we're gonna get better together. So this is how you can reverse engineer it to whatever amount you wanna make. You wanna make $20,000 a month, then you know what you have to do. You can reverse engineer that. Another way is you can increase how much you're charging each month, all right? So the standard that we charge is $500 a month to build a database and drive people in with offers. That's what I know that makes the biggest impact on a restaurant's bottom line. And so that's the very first thing that we start with. But you get in there, you start doing it for a few months, and you go back to them and you say, hey, I think you should have a loyalty program, or you should have review management, reputation management of their Google reviews. Those are also pieces that we have in our software that people in our program are using. So you can upsell those people on it. So instead of $500 a month, now you're charging $600, $700 a month. Again, you can see how that can get you where you're going faster. Maybe you want to do social media posts for them. There's another way that you could upsell people. And so you can see how it's a very standard thing. It's not rocket science to figure out how much you want to make. Figure out what you want to do, what's the blueprint for getting there, and then just take action. But you're never going to get there if you're just sitting on the sideline, not doing anything, or you're bouncing from one shiny object to the other. Pick one and stay laser focused. And this is what we encourage people in our program. Go out and do features, pitch people, sign them on as clients. That is the process. You keep doing that until you get to 10,000 a month. If you're good with that, then you can back off and take your foot off the gas a little bit. But whatever that number is, here's how you can get there. So if you want to know more about how you can get to $10,000 a month or whatever that number is for your agency using an Eats page, I'd love to have just a quick conversation with you. I'll drop a link below to book a quick strategy call where we can just get to know each other. I'd love to learn more about you and your agency, what you're doing, and I'll share a little bit about our program. And if it seems like a good fit, we can talk about it and go from there. No pressure at all. So let me know if you have any questions, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you.